Hello, welcome. You are listening to Dr. Sushma Singh. Today in Unit 22, Religion and Culture, let us start our lecture with topic Religion, Meaning and Definition. Indian culture in its traditional form has accorded great importance to religion. The concept of dharma, loosely translated as duty, borrowing from its Sanskritic meaning, has been a guiding light to culture of the Hindus in India for thousands of years. Although the term dharma is considerably vast and expansive in its territory compared to the term religion, religious dictum have played a vital role in shaping up all forms of cultural practices. Often it is pointed out that Vritti dharma means occupational duty, Raja dharma, ruler's duty, Manva dharma, duty of a human being, Samya dharma, general obligations, and the like, not strictly part of the ritualistic function of religion as described earlier. In the Indian context, dharma describes the order of the world and not necessarily to some act referring to supernatural power. For instance, when the Upanishads say Satyam Vada Dharamcharya, speak truth, follow your duty, the individual is advised to act according to the high values of the cultural system rather than being directed to perform some religious act. In other words, dharma is talked about in fulfilling the daily chores of and is not always associated with religious acts and performances. Before we go further into this aspect of religion, let us be clear on the sociological concept of religion in its general sense. India is the homeland for practically all the major world religions. Hinduism is the major religion of the country, but practitioners of Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Judaism, and a host of other religions of the world also dwell here. However, with the advent of secularism, especially as an integral part of Indian economy, polity, science, and culture, major changes have taken place on the Indian religious scenario. In fact, the very connotation of religion has changed in India after we adopted a secular form of governance. The relationship between religion and other institutions of society has radically altered the place of religion in the life of the modern Indian. From a standpoint where it was taken that each member in the society has his or her own dharma. Now, India conceives of religion as any other social institution that requires some or the other form of social control. By now, we know that religion exists in all societies and cultures. The earlier Western idea that only the West was religious and other people have fallen from grace has been proved of being quite a while ago. Ancient cultures like India, Egypt, and China had highly complex and elaborate religious systems thousands of years ago. While theologians spoke of the existence of the religions only in some part of the world, sociologists and anthropologists have always assumed universality of religion as indicated in the classical writings of Comte, Spencer, and later on Durkheim and Weber. However, settling the issue of the globality of religion has given rise to difficult problem of why all cultures should have some or the other form of religion and why it should play such a prominent role in an individual's life. There have been some possible explanations on this topic. An early revelation of God to all peoples has been a conceivable theological explanation that gained prominence during the Middle Ages. But such an explanation is outside the arena of scientific investigation, untenable in terms of validity, and thus cannot be accepted by the spirit of rational inquiry. As a scientific alternative to this uncertainty, sociologists have approached this question in a more rational and objective way, often borrowing insight and propositions from other sister disciplines like cultural anthropology, psychology, and literature. Religion is ubiquitous and universal in its presence. Sociologists and anthropologists have provided us with strong evidences to this effect. Prehistoric evidences clearly indicate religious practices dating back to very early time of human collectivity. More and more intense studies increasingly demonstrate that people originally reported as having no religions did possess religious beliefs and practices. Many early reports in this direction are now proved wrong, often because of the observer's bias or due to superficial contacts with the community under investigation. Even conflict sociology does not discard the ever-present character of religion as a social institution. While the Marxian conceptual premise dismisses religion as a mechanism of people with power to control people without power, there is no denial of the existence of different forms of religion in society as such. Like many terms, the term religion also has changed from its earlier plain denotation. The word religion is derived from the Latin word religion, meaning good faith. The word also indicates some form of ritual in its original meaning. In general terms, the word religion is understood as a set of institutionalized beliefs and practices that deal with the ultimate meanings of life. Religion, like the essence of culture, provides a blueprint for the behavior of the individual member of society on the basis of principles sustained by divine, supernatural, or transcendent order of morality. Religion is something that human beings follow as members of social groups, and therefore the study of religion invariably leads to the study of people and culture. As we have noted earlier, religion is one such central social institution that is found in all forms of society since the beginning of recorded human history, although its form and content have been changing from time to time and from region to region. The great variety of its outward appearances makes it extremely difficult for sociologists to provide a satisfactory definition of the concept. Study of religion looks at the question of how different societies and cultures have different religious beliefs and practices, how cultural and religious differences across the globe can be understood meaningfully and put into their proper context. In this sense, the study of religion is comparative, since comparisons are made between different religions and different types of religious practices within divergent cultural contexts. In fact, in modern sociological literature, religious studies are frequently labeled comparative religion. There is a trend in contemporary social sciences now to go beyond the general understanding of religion as a universal social institution. Instead, now the attempt is also to understand it from two distinct but reciprocally related approaches. Religion is an explanation of religious traditions, and religion is an universal social institution found in all human societies. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for listening.